Is that a woman? Oh my God, it is. But I think it is getting more normalised across every company.
Each other and encouraging each other.
Yeah.
Camaraderie.
What?
I'm just shouting words.
That mindset of women should be in the kitchen, but it's not the case at all. And
Probably rewiring your kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hello, and on today's episode of SGTV, I'm joined once again by Demi Whitehead, who is fast becoming pretty popular on TikTok and obviously a finalist in Skill Electrics, and we've done a whole episode on Demi's experience with that, so that's one to check out. But right now we're going to be talking about women in the trades. So we've had a couple of people in before talking about their experiences, and it's mostly good, which is great to hear. There's been a couple of negative things here and there I've heard, but I want to know what your experiences are like being a woman in the trades.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a positive...
I thought he was going to say I've always been a woman there.
I mean, that as well. But no, I've always had a positive experience of being in the trades.
Good, yeah.
I think it has helped. I've only been with one company for the past 6 years, went from school with this company, which are a really, really good company, and we just do new...
Shout them out, let's hear about this good company.
I work for William Davis, Leicestershire based, and we just build new builds, and we have like scaffolders, brickies, everyone involved is employed by William Davis, so I think that really helps with diversity as well, because
good mix of trades in there, isn't it?
Yeah, as well, and everyone knows you, and it's not like you're a subby walking on like 10 different jobs and everyone's like, oh my God, there's a girl over there.
So at least you get to bully each other based on their trade and not their gender.
Exactly, and you get to know each other, and then you get to have laughs with everyone, and they know that they can just be themselves around you. I think that was a really big thing when I started. Obviously I was 16, walking onto this building site with just like loads of men, and a lot of them.
It can be a daunting experience, can't it?
Yeah, it was very daunting, and I think it was almost daunting for them as well, because they're like, oh God, what happens if we say the wrong thing, or let's just not speak to them and let's just kind of wrap them in bubble wrap almost. Because there was me and...
Is that what you found then, that it almost softened when you got on site?
Yeah, I think a lot of people were almost a bit... We were the first women really to work for William Davis on the site side of things, so I think they were trying too hard to make us feel involved almost, but...
And that's tricky, I guess, because you don't want to be treated differently, but they're also probably out of their comfort zone trying to make you feel comfortable, so it's a bit of an awkward thing for both, I guess. Yeah,
it's like they didn't feel like they wanted to be themselves from the get-go, because I mean, lads on site, you could imagine it. It's carnage, but in a good way. But then I feel like they tried to dial that down as soon as we were involved in any conversations or anything. But 6 years on, and obviously we're like 22 now.
You swear just as much as them.
We swear just as much as them. We're involved in all the banter. So that's really good. And there's been 3 more women that have come in, plumber, two bricklayers, and they've almost kind of walked into the environment of everyone actually realising they can just be themselves around us all, which is so good. And the more women that come in, the more it will get easier for the men as well to just...
And you've probably laid some of the foundation for that. If you've gone in there and now everyone's used to it and they've got more women coming in, they'll be like, yeah, we're going to carry on burping and swearing.
That is 100% what it is like.
In the nicest possible way.
Yeah. But I think we have kind of softened the blow for them a little bit. I mean, I was so glad I went into my first year with Felicity, who was on here last time. We worked together for a whole year, and we were kind of like best friends, and we really made it easier for each other on site. I think if I was on my own, I would be even more daunted, and nervous. But we kind of went through the hard bit together.
Never faced any discrimination or anything like that?
No, never.
That's great. No, that's great, because...
you get the odd stare, and it's like a double look. Like, is that a woman? Oh my God, it is. But I think it is getting more normalised across every company.
Is that the same for the customer side of things? Because you say you're only going on new builds, is that right? So I suppose you're not seeing as many homeowners or occupants of people like that?
I mean, sometimes I do have to go into like customers' houses and stuff if there's any little problems or anything like that. But a lot of the time you just get applauded for it, in all honesty. I've never had any negative feedback.
That's great. It's good to hear, because you rewind the clocks, I don't know, 20 years, maybe it was a different story. I've only really heard one or two negative things from people, from women who've had in here talking about their experience. And it sounds like just small, isolated things, and these people need a slap who are behaving like that, let's be honest. Shouldn't condone violence, but you know. Do you think there's any kind of generational thing in that, where maybe it's the previous generations who were like, I don't know, should you be here, or?
I don't think on a whole, no, because some of the guys on site that I do get along with the most are of like the older generation, and the guy who we had as our mentor, I mean, he mentored me for like 3 years, David Oliver. He was like the granddad you never had. He was just brilliant, and so I don't think that's the case for everyone in that generation. But yeah, I think some people still have that mindset of, oh, women should be in the kitchen, but it's not the case at all. And
people rewiring your kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. If anything, I've struggled to not work like twice as hard as any boy, because I've almost wanted to prove myself from the get-go and prove not only can I do this, I can make a good job of it and I can do well. So as soon as you get that little positive feedback back of you actually are quite good, that always feels good as well to rub it in their faces.
And just touching back on what we said in the previous episode, your boss pushed you and Fliss to the Skill Electrics finals, and you did well with that. Competing against what I would imagine is a majority amount of men.
Yeah,
and you've
men.
Kicked some.
Yeah. So yeah, again, like it does feel good having that confidence boost. And if anyone then does say, oh, well, you're a female, you're not meant to be in this job, you can actually say, well, actually, I'm quite good at my job, so that's not true.
No, it's great to hear. Do you feel that the trades have evolved, and not just for the electrical trade, but you said you're seeing women coming in on the bricky side, plumbing side. Do you see more of that, or is it a bit isolated because you're only within your own company?
No, I'd say I see a lot more of it. I mean, we have other companies come in on site like BT, and they have a lot of women work for them. You see it on social media, you do see it on TikTok, you see it all over really. It is getting a lot more popular for women to be in construction. Are
you finding there's more female role models, like mentors now, or are you finding because it's sort of your generation stepping into that you're the ones who are going to be the mentors, if that makes sense? Yeah, I think I don't really see, it's all young women that I see anyway. I see a few like 30s. Saying 30s is not young.
That's what I mean, that's young.
Right, end of show, I'm done.
But so I hope it will just slowly feed through. I've not seen anyone have like a full career change when they're like 40, 50 and go into it. It is the majority of people I've seen go into the trades being women are the younger generation. I
think we actually have. We had a guest a couple of years ago, a lady called Karen Boom. I'm sure she retrained in her 30s or 40s and became quite a successful electrician. Yeah. So it's not to say you can't.
No, not to say you can't at all.
It's good that your generation is coming in, and now you're probably going to be that benchmark of mentors teaching the younger generations, and hopefully that will encourage more females to get into the industry. And you said yourself you've got you're sort of helping with an apprentice in your company who's not a female, obviously, but it's still great that we've got women at that level now.
Yeah, I mean, me and Fliss both have apprentices that we mentor and help out, and they feel comfortable around us, and we teach them as best we can, and that is also a positive because then they're getting used to women teaching them almost, because that can be a bit of an issue, can't it, with like lads? They think, oh well, you're a female, you're not, I don't really want you to teach me, but we've never experienced that, luckily. So yeah.
That's good to hear, though. It would surprise me if there were people doing it, but maybe I'm naive to think that. I don't know.
think it's that boisterous attitude some people have, though, isn't it?
You said that you're seeing more females coming into the industry and also on socials and things, things like that. So do you think there's almost like a sense of camaraderie? What's the word? Camaraderie. That word. Don't cut that, whatever that word is. Do you know what I mean? Do you think there is that sort of sense of that word, whatever it is, where you're all sort of championing each other and encouraging each other?
Yeah.
Camaraderie.
What?
I'm just shouting words.
Yeah. What
I don't know what I'm on about now, do you?
What was that question?
Do you feel there's a sense of camaraderie with other women in your trade? That's what I meant to say. Almost like you're just supporting each other, where even if you're not working with each other, you may be seeing people on socials that are stepping out the comfort zone, and it's the first female brickie in their company or their area, and you're almost like, go for it. It's great to supporting each other.
Definitely. I mean, there's obviously like 5 of us girls in our company, and I know like we root for each other. We're always promoting each other, and we are actually quite close friends as well now. So that's obviously just in our company alone. But if I go on social media and I see a female electrician, I'm following them, I'm rooting for them, and hopefully the same goes towards me and any other females in any trade.
So if you're a female electrician or tradesperson out there, get following. What is your TikTok anyway, by the way?
My TikTok's Demi Whitehead. It's a slow burner.
Following on there.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any changes or regulations that could be made to the industry to help more females get into being an electrician or tradesperson?
I don't think there needs to be, in all honesty.
There's nothing you feel that's restrictive or anything like that?
No, I mean, health and safety has kind of helped us women out a lot, because there's certain things you can't lift, certain weights that you can't lift, and health and safety always comes first on any building site or company in the construction industry.
And people, they do moan about it. They're like, it's over the top, it's a bit nanny state and soft. But, I've spoken before about it. It's there to protect you. It's there to protect people around you. It might seem overkill, but it's better than the alternative of injuring yourself or,
Definitely. I do agree with you there. Sometimes we all on site think, that's a bit over the top, but it's one of them things you have to just get on with, and you have to do whatever the health and safety rules say.
Just hear people shouting, "Where's your high vis? Where's your high vis?"
Yeah, sometimes it can be. I mean, high vises and helmets and stuff like that is necessary. So,
what would you think the ideal future for women in the trades would look like to you?
I mean, hopefully just the same as men, just be included in everything and the same opportunities, and hopefully a lot of women get their own businesses and promote women, especially in the construction industry. That's always a positive.
Definitely. And as we said, if your generation's the ones that sort of building that foundation, hopefully we're going to see more, like you say, business owners, teachers, tutors, project leads, whatever, people in senior positions, building those foundations for the next generation of female, any gender of electrician really, at the end of the day.
I just always want to promote the women in the construction industry, because it might seem really scary at first, especially coming out of school, 16-year-old girls on building sites or working for different electricians or any trade that you want to be in, but just take that leap, because it will always pan out in the end and it will be worth it. So just... And
a rewarding career at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course, and you wish any girl that wants to become an electrician or anything, just do it, because what have you got to lose?
Exactly, yeah. What is the rewarding side for you? Obviously there's money, there's things you can achieve, but what is your sense of achievement in your role?
I mean, it might sound a bit stupid, but you get a lot of respect almost.
It's not stupid, no. Not at all, no.
It's a bit self-centred.
No, I know what you mean though. It's, I suppose for even a young man coming onto site, to gain the respect of peers and people around you. For someone like yourself to come and do it, that's another ballgame.
Yeah, I do tend to, like, when you, especially like outside your company, if you're like, oh, well, what do you do? And you say, oh, well, I'm an electrician, and they're like, oh, that's pretty cool, like, respect, and they take your hats off you, because they know, especially someone in the construction industry themselves, they know how hard it is, they know how tiring it is, and it is hard work, and you do have days where you're like, why did I get into this? Like, why shouldn't I have just gone into an office somewhere? But then you have your really good days where you just enjoy everything you're doing, and yeah.
Well, I'll take my hat off to you. You've done well, as you said. You've come in. You've been one of the first in your company to do it alongside Fliss, who's also here, and you've gone on to Skill Electrics. You're now qualified. You've got someone working with you, beneath you, and you're smashing it. And it's been great to see. Obviously, we met you 18 months ago, where you was practicing, you weren't qualified, you weren't experienced, and to see where you are now in such a short space of time, it's inspirational, and I hope people out there would take note from that and follow suit. Follow her on TikTok, all of that kind of thing to get your inspiration. We are going to be doing another episode with you about your TikTok, because, as we said, you seem to be blowing up on there. So please stay tuned for that one. But as always, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button below, follow Demi on TikTok, and if you're thinking about getting into the industry, especially if you're a female, go for it.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.